Hello, powerful one. Welcome to this edition of Final Growth to Osezuah ELIMIHE. Are you a person who chases events? You are working hard on a daily basis to make sure that things happen in your life. You are so committed to achieving certain milestones that you are going after people, after opportunities you consider as the key to having those milestones attained in your life. Congratulations, you are doing a good job. But you see, that job is not good enough. The reason the job is not good enough is simple. You think that the fulfillment to your life must happen by external exertions. It's one thing to be prepared for life and another thing to be prepared for an event. An event at snaps, they are knots of life. Life generally is what tampers and conditions events. You are not an event entity. You are life itself. You are an expression, a full expression of life. Get to know yourself. Prepare yourself for yourself. And then you will discover that every single event that comes across your path in life are easier to surmount. Life is not the events that you are planning for, not at all. Life is itself. Life is complete in itself, and it works like magic when you are one with it. I know it seems to you now that I'm speaking Greek, but the reality is this is not Greek. This is the language of your being that I'm speaking. You are not completed by the events that occur in your life, but you are completed by the level of your connectedness to your inner self, capital S, self. That is what makes you. The idea that, oh, I want to graduate in the first class, I want to get admission to so school, I want to get a job in so place, I want to have a relationship with this kind of person, I want to belong in such a club of elite people. I want, all of these things, they are events in the life that is you. They are really not you. These events cannot build you. But you think that these are the events that eventually build you. They are not. You see, every moment that you spend breathing, that is what you should be prepared for. There are so many events in your life within you happening as you are breathing. You are your event maker. Your life attracts the event into you. What I'm trying to say here is this. Let's assume you were an athlete, a footballer, whatever. You have a competition that is going to happen in a month's time. All your attention is placed on that competition. You are thinking how you are going to watch your opponents train, perform. You are watching their videos and everything, trying to know their skills, know their maneuvers. And you are talking to people who may have played with those people before to see how do we beat this particular team. You are just concentrating on how to win the events. But you see, there's something you have not done. You have not trained yourself to overcome yourself. Because when the whistle is blasted for the commencement of the game, you know that the first opponent that you are going to meet on that pitch is yourself. You see, you take a run and then you find out that you have taken your last gust of stamina. You feel that you are spent, you are going out of gas. Have you handled that? You then look at the next level, the level of can-do, that can-do spirit. Let's assume as a footballer, you have the ball in the third half of your opponent. You have an option to shoot, to pass the ball. You also have an option to dribble. And then you realize that the keeper is off his line and is 2 into the game, 2 into the box. What do? This is where a player, an athlete who has prepared themselves for life, for the life of the game itself, become the ones that turn around the tide, the fortune of the game. One simple split-second decision turns the game around. How does it happen? It is a case of being adept at what one is doing. Human beings who are adepts at life, they are not adept in life by watching other people, by watching out for events. Events can happen at any point in time, and they can change their colors and hues based on the temperament of the moment. But what counts is the dynamism of the person, how prepared that person is for the life that generates the events. You know, they say opportunities favor the prepared. Luck is the sum total of awareness meeting opportunity. When awareness meets opportunity, we say the person is lucky. There is really no luck because we create our luck. The purpose of this channel is to teach us how to create our luck. Luck is not an event. It's not a happenstance. It is a lifestyle. It is a decision we made long before we came across the opportunity. We came across the events. Don't chase events because you are the event. And of course, you are also the inventor of all the agents of events in your life. You condition life to function in line with your temperaments. There are people in life who are focused on events. What are these events? To be celebrated as a rich person, to be celebrated as a successful career person. They need all kinds of aspects of their life, their pockets of life that they want to excel at. Their focus is on that. Now, there is nothing wrong in trying to succeed in all these areas. You can go to school, some special classes to learn the tricks of getting certain things done. There are tricks of career success. There are hacks, different types of things. If you go on YouTube, you will see different life hack skills that you can acquire. But you see, this is like learning how to run as a footballer. You learn how to run. You see, because running is part and parcel of the football game. There are other things you need to learn in football. You learn how to shoot, you learn how to dribble, you know how to tackle, you know how to defend, you know how to attack, you know how to sweep. You learn all of these things. But you see, there are people who are good at all of these skills, but yet they are not good footballers. You get it? What makes them to be good at running, sweeping, tackling, passing? Still, they are not good footballers. Come on, how? What does that? Well, one that knows how to do all of these things and yet is not a good footballer is that this person has planned for events in the game instead of knowing the game. What makes the game? It is called the spirit of the game. What is that all about? Well, we'll talk about that when we return from the break. I am Osezuah, Anthony ELIMIHE. You know me. I am in the game of helping you grow from inside out. That is the dream. What is it about this spirit of the game? As a young martial arts student, we had this guy in our club at Ogida Barracks in Benin. We called him Trainee Bruce Lee. The guy was practically rubber, as in his elasticity. I have not met anybody that has such level of elasticity. This guy could stand and lift his leg above his head and bend it. He was too good. He was so good that they called him Trainee Bruce Lee. He had all the skills. When we were going for competition, he used to be the one to lecture us on the rules of the game, what to do. But he never attended any competition. Why? Because Ernest was a coward. At the level of sparring, knowing that there was nothing at stake, he was the best fighter. Oh God, you need to watch Ernest spar. He was so good. But when he got to competitions, he would just freeze out. He would blank out. Because right now, there was a major thing at stake. So he won't be able to perform. Now he had the skills. He was good at kicking. He was good at defending and blocking. But he wasn't good at competing. when the stakes were real. That was who he was at that time. So they just nicknamed him Training Bruce Lee, because like we all know, Bruce Lee never really did any competition. He was just the best without any belts to show for it. So at least we learned. Now, why was Ernest so good at the events of the game, but he was not good at the game? He lacked the spirit of the sport, the spirit of the game. The spirit of the game is resilience, is courage, it's soft. It's not something you can learn by practice. The only thing people can do is to inspire you, is to motivate you to acquire these skills. Because there's hardly a book you can open to learn these skills. They call them soft skills. Some people like us can try to teach you, to tell you, okay, you need to do it like this to be. The reality is that when it is done, it's all words. You need to actually go inside of yourself and put these things to practice. Now, the spirit of the game can only be acquired by someone who does not see the event as the be-it-all of the game. Even when we were playing football those days, we had some members of our team who were very good at analyzing the game, who knew what to do at specific time. In fact, they could break the play pattern by the time of the game. When you are winning at the last 15 minutes of the game, this is the kind of play you should be doing. They knew the rules, the skills, but bring them to the pitch, they couldn't play. There are people like that. They knew the various events of the game, but they didn't have the spirit to play the game. Now, there are people who are good at making money. They are good at winning relationship. They can win relationship. They are good at one career or the other, but they are not good at life. The thing is, the event you are looking for out there is inside of you. There is nothing wrong in learning the skills of the game. It's good to learn the skills, but the most important skill of all is to understand that until you have conquered yourself, all your effort you put in to conquering the event is a waste. You can be good at different aspects of life, but it doesn't mean that you are good at life. Don't chase events. Don't chase opportunities. You are the creator of opportunities. You are the opportunities. I have said it before, that opportunities of life exist because of you. Life is because you are. Until you become, until you learn to have absolute faith in your ability to overcome and conquer, you have not started living life. You can live the life of others, trying to please other people in order to succeed. That is chasing events. But the moment you discovered that the solution to all things life is inside of you, the owner's manual is in you. You are the owner's manual and you are the owner. And you are the one to live the life that you have chosen. You see, nobody has the right to dictate the life to you. You dictate the life. You decide the life. It's a game where you choose where to play. Life will take the game to you, but you have to choose how to respond. You must not respond according to the textbooks. Master yourself. Master your inner game. Master who you are and what you are capable of, and then live the game. It's one thing to be good at the pockets of events in the game of life, but life is total. You might have the money right now. You might have the health right now. You might have the relationship right now. You might have the career right now. But you see, all of these put together, they are not equal to the life that you are supposed to live. It is best for you to know life, which is the primary game of it all. When you know life, then all other things, the event of life, will fall into place, like it is written in the Christian book. Seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and every other thing will be added unto you. Now, the events of life, promotion, marriage, parties, career, etc., they are all events of life. They are not life. Don't mistake them for life. Because at the end of the day, when you seize breath and you step out of this body, you will realize that you have not a tie to all of these things. But instead, these things created all the karmas that became the blockages to your progress in life. Do not confuse the side attractions for the main attraction of your life, which is you living a life of fullness, knowing who you truly are. You see, when you know yourself, when you get to that level where you are in charge of your events, in charge of your occurrences, life begins to make sense. In fact, you will be able to enjoy the events of your life better than all other people who only know the skills of the event without knowing the skill of the life of the game itself. What makes the adepts in football game, in taekwondo, fight, in all other things is that having mastered themselves, the inner person that they are, they acquired confidence. They acquired a very high sense of self. They didn't sell their loyalties to life, to anybody, to any event. Therefore, when they are on the pitch of play, they can take any risk because they understand life. They understand that life is about venturing. Life is not about winning. That is the difference. I don't have to win when I make my attempt, but to make the attempt is the most important thing. It is about the process, enjoying the journey, not bothering about the destination. That is the key. Understand this and stop chasing events. If you chase events, you will serve people, you will live the dreams of other people. But if you leave the event out and focus on chasing life, you will win all the events. It's not about being healthy, but knowing how to stay healthy. It's not about being wealthy, but knowing how to stay wealthy. Even if you lose all the wealth, you know how to get it back. The power is in you. You have the resources at your disposal. The owner manual is within you. Don't seek it outside, seek it within. Stop chasing events. You are the event maker. God bless you. Hananaye.